Did you like going to high school to learn? Was it a fun learning environment? Did you enjoy going to...
I mean, it wasn't bad.
Wasn't
I
bad.
don't really like school in general, though.
Do you like high school?
No.
Did you like high school?
No.
Oh, did you like high school?
No. To be perfectly frank, I did not.
You hear people say, I hate school. I cannot wait to get out of here. School is like prison. And if you ask college students their opinions about high school, many of them still have that kind of attitude. But why? Why do students hate school so much? Now, many factors can go into answering that question, but one of the reasons is because of the teachers. In my field experience, my co-op used to tell me that students can tell the difference between a teacher that's coming for a paycheck and teachers that are coming because they have a passion for teaching and they love it so much. But can students actually tell the difference between the two types of teachers? I decided to ask a couple college students about their past bad educational experiences, and many of their experiences revolved around the teachers. I heard a lot of stories and a lot of bad things about the teachers that they've had in the past. So here are a couple examples of some of the things that I heard from current college students.
He was one of those people that were smart, really, really smart. He knew his stuff, but knew it. So it's like if you would try to talk to him about something, he'd be like, "Oh no, it's this way, and that's how it has to be, because that's the way he does it."
So there wasn't a lot of variation in how, like, what you could do. It was
Not
one
at
way
all.
or the highway.
Exactly.
He was trying to become principal,
Yeah.
but he would held himself to a higher standard than everyone else because he was trying to become a principal.
Yeah.
You would think he just came to school to teach, and then he didn't care about the students as much as he cared about becoming a principal.
So you felt like she set you up for failure.
Correct.
Was she helpful?
No.
What was the class like? Did she just lecture at you? Did she...
Yeah, she would do all lecturing, and then she'd always be late for class. Like, if you'd go visit her in office hours, she'd be, too busy to talk to you.
How's the class arranged?
3 rows with 5 desks.
3 rows with 5 desks.
So there's 2 people per desk.
Per desk, but you're just in a line.
Right.
Do you ever interact with those people in your classroom?
Never interact.
How are the desks arranged?
I was all the way over here near the door, and so you can always hear the people going from class to class.
So it's like a distraction for you?
Yeah, it was really distracting. And whenever she had a meeting with all the teachers, she would say "Oh, well, there was a teacher from this school, and they always think they're better than us." Or she came back saying that the teacher, he was a midget and he was stupid and he didn't know what he was talking about.
How'd you feel about that?
I thought it was so mature.
Yeah.
I was the only one in class who didn't laugh. But I think she shouldn't have talked to us about it at all.
Because why? Is that unprofessional, do you think?
I think that's unprofessional, yeah.
Alright. So she wasn't really a good role model, you don't
No,
think?
definitely not.
Nah.
Definitely not.
I don't know, she didn't really teach. She just read to us off of this piece of paper.
Yeah.
And she didn't make it interesting. I woke up from a nap the one time and I looked around and everybody was sleeping, but she was so focused on reading from her textbook that she didn't notice.
But she didn't know how to convey knowledge. She just read PowerPoints.
Okay.
Just read PowerPoints for 3 hours.
Students aren't oblivious to a teacher's lack of commitment. We see that in Kelsey's story, where she notices how her teacher's late to almost every class. We see that in Jenna's story, where her teacher really didn't care if she napped throughout the class or not. In Crystal and Rachel's story, we see that students want interaction and a sense of community within their classroom. They don't want to be lined up in rows, they want to be in groups and get to talk and get to know their peers. Many of the students in these stories said that their teachers really didn't know how to teach. They said things like they would read off PowerPoints, they would lecture at us for 3 hours, they would read off note cards and pieces of paper. This isn't how students obviously want to be taught. They want excitement, they want hands-on interaction. However, there was one thing in common that many students liked about their teachers, good and bad. And that one thing was extra credit. Here's why.
Do you like extra credit?
Yes, I love extra credit.
Does she ever give extra credit?
Yeah, we got 100 points extra credit.
So getting that extra credit, does that make you kind of want to learn the material more? Or does that just make you want to, just because it's going to get your grade higher?
Just drop everything and not do any of the work?
Yeah.
Is you gonna pass anyway?
Do you like extra credit?
I love extra credit.
Why?
For math, the extra credit was just doing like extra problems that we were learning.
Okay.
Like do more in the book than what you are assigned.
Okay. So did you do those problems because you want to learn more about math, or because you were getting
Because
extra?
I want extra credit.
Because
I
you
don't
want a
wanna learn
higher
more
grade.
about math.
You don't? Do you care about math?
No.
Okay. So you didn't really care about the extra math problems. You weren't excited.
No. No.
Yeah.
And her tests were like hard as crap. I cannot even tell you. I think I got D's on all of them. That was a fantastic time in my life. It didn't matter like how much you read or anything. She would just pick random crap. But
Yeah.
she gave a ton of extra credit, so you got A's in class no matter what. So moral of the story, I didn't fail forever.
So, question: did the extra credit make you want to learn her content more?
No, it
Or
made
just-
you want to take her class just so you could get an A.
Okay.
But it sucks.
So it
because
really
you don't-
didn't help you
No.
be motivated to
No.
do the work or learn the
No,
material.
because you knew you could get F's on all the tests and then still pass class with an A with extra credit.
Okay. So as you can see, extra credit really isn't intrinsically motivating. Students don't want to do the work because they want to learn more about the content. They want to do it because it boosts their grade. This is an example of extrinsic motivation. It's a reward. That's the reason why they do it. So after hearing these stories about people's bad educational experiences, I decided to make it a little more positive and ask them about their good educational experiences. And they had tons to say. You can see in their faces that they're smiling. They're excited to talk about these teachers. But do they actually know what a good teacher is? Can they actually identify it or not? Here's what they had to say.
Her classes are hard, but like not needlessly hard, like hard in the way where you actually have to learn and challenge yourself and think critically.
Yeah.
So it ends up being for your own betterment.
So do you feel like she cares about what she's teaching?
Yeah,
do you feel
she
like
really
has
does.
like a passion for what she's teaching?
Yeah, she knows her stuff.
And how are the desks arranged? So did you like that desk arrangement? How did that help you?
I like this arrangement because she would like either take a chair in the middle or just stand and like walk around and talk to us all. I felt like we were all included. Like I can see the people here, I can see the people here, and I can see the people here, so I can hear everybody.
She made class interesting, which is super important with me because I get bored easily. And she made me want to learn about biology.
So you were excited to learn about biology?
Yes, I was excited to learn about biology.
And she was like super sweet. She was the kind of teacher that really cared about everyone's education. You definitely knew that.
Yeah.
She'd like really like she'd always ask questions and make sure you know what you're doing. If she's seen that you're slipping on something, she'd always come up to you or call you after class and talk to you about it. If she knows like you're down or something's upset, like she'll always like talk to you like, oh hey, like, what's going on, like even outside of class. Like she really cared.
She always would help me.
Yeah.
Like if I was struggling, she'd be like, listen, I know you're struggling, so
So she would like know you well enough to know when you're not doing well.
yeah.
Okay. Did you do any like discussions or group activities or projects?
Yeah, we had to make we read the Odyssey and we had to make a board game out of
Okay.
that. So yeah, we did that kind of project.
So did you enjoy it being like interactive?
Yes.
Did you like that?
I did.
Did it
Yes,
help
I
you-
Did, I did.
Did
It helped me
you-
remember things from the story.
And-
We didn't really do problems on the board. We went to the gym and shot basketballs, and we did the probability of making a shot.
So it was a math class?
Right.
Okay.
He did real life experiments to better explain the problems.
So did that make it easier for you to understand?
Oh yeah.
Anytime I had a question, she'd be like willing to answer it, and she would help me figure things out, but she would just like tell me, she'd be like, how about this, and help me figure it out. So
He never like criticized you or anything like that. He was really big on like showing you, suggesting what you could do
Yeah.
to make your writing better.
Okay.
And then
So you didn't feel
just trying to help
stupid
you. Yeah,
when you made a mistake.
yeah.
Okay.
So as you can see, students like to grapple with the information, like Tommy, who likes to think critically and be given a challenge. And when they're given a challenge, they enjoy when they can go to a teacher and ask for help, like Leanne and Eden, without feeling stupid or humiliated for making a mistake. Students like Crystal like an informal way of being tested, like a project instead of an exam. And obviously, as she said, the information stuck with her a little bit more. Students like Rachel like hands-on activities to kind of help the information stick a little bit better by playing basketball instead of just writing problems off the whiteboard onto her paper. Many of the students were able to tell when a teacher was passionate. And when they were passionate, the teachers were passionate, the students were just as passionate and excited to learn the content. Like Jenna, who doesn't really like biology, but because her teacher was so invested in the classroom, it made Jenna want to be invested in the classroom and the content that they learned. All of the topics that we have discussed this past semester, like classroom management, classroom assessment, grappling, modeling, motivation, the students were able to identify without even knowing what they really were. All of these students have never taken an educational foundations course. They don't really know what they're talking about, and yet they do. They were able to identify the things that we all learned this past semester, and they say that these things work. Grappling works. Arranging desks in groups and interaction with other students works. This is why students don't like certain teachers. We need, as teachers, as future educators, we need to be excited. We need to be motivated. We need to take what we've learned in this course and really apply it to all future co-ops, field experiences, and our future careers. Because obviously students can tell the difference between a teacher who wants a paycheck and a teacher who's actually interested in the students. In my field experience, my co-op also used to say, she's not just a teacher. She's a mother, she's a confidant, she's a friend, she's a whole range of things. And as teachers, we need to remember that. We have a valuable, valuable place in a student's, in a child's life that we can all fill. We just have to be willing to do it.
I feel like for me, all my favorite teachers are the ones that make it fun.
I think it's important for teachers to be excited about teaching and excited about their students and to take what their students' needs are into account. I think that's a really big part of it. Like, a lot of people say teachers teach to the test. It's because they have to. On the other hand, it'd be nice if they paid attention to what their students need.